I'm Natalie Latham. I'm a seventh grade student at Holy Nativity, and I invented Repfile. It is a double-sided mat that goes on the inside of a lizard's terrarium, and on one side it's a fine grit sandpaper, and the other side is compressed felt, and the sandpaper basically just files down their nails. And yeah, I don't. So my lizard's name is Gibson, and I always had a problem with his nails, and he would end up scratching me. So when I decided that I had a project, I chose to do Repfile, and it's actually worked very well. I've had it for almost 6 months, and it still works. So after seeing the wearing pattern that it's made, I think it'll last at least a year. And it also helps with their sheddings because they can walk across it and it helps get their sheds off of them. And it doesn't hurt their bodies because it doesn't take up their whole tank. So they're able to walk across it and have a break from it. And it's also really convenient because you can just flip it back and forth as needed because it doesn't have to stay on one side. That's the whole point of my invention, is so that it can be reversed. And I've gone through 2 prototypes, and the sandpaper has worked better. And the first was a slate, but it didn't file down the nails. And I am, yeah, I guess that's it.
I'm wondering what lizard you have. My husband is a herpetologist, so we have, geckos and monitors and chameleons, and we have all manner of everything. So what do you have? What is yours?
I have a bearded dragon.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
And so you don't clip the nails anymore. This takes care of all of it.
Yes, I've never wanted to clip his nails because I never wanted to hurt him since he's so small and fragile. So when I came up with this, it just made it so much easier, and now I can take him out whenever and I don't have to worry about getting scratched.
Natalie, can you hold it a little bit closer to the screen so that we can see it?
So that's the sandpaper side, and then this is the side of it, and then that's the compressed felt. And if I was actually able to market it, it would obviously be able to come in more than green and purple. But for now, that's what I have.
That's brilliant. And different sizes, I guess you could have sizes for big tanks, small tanks, big reptiles, small reptiles.
Yeah.
And Sherilyn, do you think this is something that could be used for other reptiles too?
I think it could go beyond reptiles, actually. It's one of those things that a lot of people have difficulty clipping their, furry pets as well. With dogs, it would be a different iteration. It wouldn't just be, a Repfile, but with dogs, there's a big difference between if they live in a grass enclosure or if you walk them routinely on concrete, because the concrete is essentially the file, like Natalie is so brilliantly done. I think it could, because the other feature that she aptly pointed out is it helps with the shedding, which you need help. It's just like when bears are scratching their back against trees, reptiles need a little help sometimes. It might be beyond reptiles in that way. But I did have a question also material-wise, and I know this is a live Zoom and a live YouTube, but yes, we're going to talk about poop a minute, because pets also, how do you wash it? Because with felt, that's porous. So did you try different materials that could withstand, being hosed off or washed off? Have you figured out that as well yet?
I usually just wash like the felt mats that that I routinely keep in the tank in the washing machine,
Yeah.
but I don't see any problem with being able to hose it down either, because if it's able to withstand going through the washing machine for however many minutes, a quick rinse I feel like would be very easy. And I also feel like they wouldn't want to go to the bathroom on the sandpaper side, but
They don't, but
yeah,
sometimes they do.
and I haven't had to go through that yet. So
But you've already essentially beta tested it in a washing machine, so you actually have the answer. So yeah, if it can withstand a washing machine, goodness yes. So it's durable,
yes.
got a good lifespan, and it has future markets. Just like Claire was asking, do you foresee any other markets perhaps beyond reptiles?
Um, they already have something like this for birds. So I was also thinking that I'd be able to make something, because I know like crested geckos, they don't walk on the ground. So
Mhm.
you'd be able, so I was thinking that maybe a perch could be made for them with the same idea as Repfile,
Mhm.
but and I'm sure other animals could use it, like if you put it in their tanks, habitats. So
I love that. I love that how you're thinking about how you could apply it to other things and thinking about other animals, and there's a lot of potential what you could do with this. It's a great idea.
It
And
is.
Natalie, you've recently participated in the National Innovation Challenge. Can you tell us a bit about your experience participating in that?
um it was a Zoom call. But I had made a slideshow, and I had gone through my slideshow. I was asked a few questions by the judges, and it was overall really fun, and I got good feedback because they asked me questions about how long it would last, and now I've really looked into how long it's lasted for me and how long it's been able to last and the durability of it. So I think it was fun for me.
That's great. That's brilliant. And were you able to win anything, or will you be taking it forward to another competition?
Um, yes, I was able to, I was in the top 10, I believe. I think, yeah, I was in the top 10. So I'm going on to the Global Innovators competition as well. I think that's in September.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well done. That's a
Thank
great
you.
achievement. That's a great achievement. So you'll be competing in a global competition.
Yes.
And do you think that from the feedback that you were given, is there anything more you could do to your invention to improve it further for this global competition?
I was thinking that I could obviously look into the materials that I would be able to use for that perch, but also look into a coarser sandpaper for different types of lizards, because each lizard comes from a different habitat in a different part of the world. And I just didn't know, I didn't want to put too coarse of one in, but seeing how the really fine that I have, I just I want to see if I'd be able to have coarser for different types of lizards, like desert, and there's jungle and like tropical types of lizards. And I just wanted to see if there could be any difference in the materials that I'd be able to use for it. So I guess that'd be it.
I'm curious if you
That's
also
great.
have a next idea. You're working
um,
with this one and you're taking it further and further and further, and I'm pretty sure you've got another one in that head.
I like the perch idea, because I feel like that'd be useful, because I wouldn't want to have a crested gecko and them have long nails, and they're even smaller than bearded dragons, and I'm nervous to clip his nails, let alone a teeny tiny lizard. So I feel like a perch would be a really good idea. And even if it didn't go as far as Repfile has gone in this competition, I would personally use it. So
I you took your reptile, your pet is a bearded dragon.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not an expert in reptiles, so can you tell me a little bit about the bearded dragon? Like, what size is it, and what does it eat, and how does it sleep? Do you need to maintain the temperature at a certain temperature in the aquarium or the tank?
So my bearded dragon, they come from, I believe, a city in Australia. Like they come from Australia, I believe. So they're really used to hot temperatures. So I have two lights going on during the daytime for heat and UV rays. And I feed my lizard mealworms and occasionally crickets if we get them. And then I feed him veggies and fruits and like I've also gotten like dietary bottles where they come with vitamins, like in the shape of small little beads. Right now, they can grow a lot more than what than Gibby is. That's his name. But right now, his tail is about this long, and he's about that long.
Okay.
They grow. They grow to about 18 inches, and they live for a really long time too. Their lifespans are, I want to say, like 16 years. They live for a long time as well, so they're a long commitment. But I was okay with that because I like my bearded dragon.
That's great. And can you take him out? Can you hold him? Can you manipulate him, or does he not like to be touched?
He's fine with being held. I can get him out right now if you don't.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
we maybe just got just a minute or so.
This is, after all, his moment. There you go. Put him up where we can see him. There you go.
Oh, look.
So yeah, his tail is extremely long, but
and does this beard, does it come out? Does he do anything with the beard, or
yeah, whenever they get angry, I guess is the word, they start to puff out right down here and it gets dark, so it looks like a beard, and they get fairly large. So I guess that's where the bearded dragon comes from. But I have not had to deal with him getting puffed up because he's a relatively happy lizard. He just gets angry sometimes whenever I'm trying to pick him up, whenever he's doing something. He's pretty active and he likes to move around a lot.
Oh, that's nice. Well, look, well done for your invention, and well done for your achievement at the National Innovation Challenge, and best of luck in the Global Innovation Challenge that's coming in September. So good luck with that.